Hey folks, good morning. Hey Pritesh, can you hear me?
Yep.
This is Toddy, by the way.
Hi.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out how to start the YouTube streaming, so seems to be working.
It looks like started. Looks like somebody is driving to office, so he won't join.
Sorry, I missed that. What did you say, Pritesh?
I think it looks like somebody is driving to office, so probably he won't join the meeting.
Mm-hmm. Do you know whether Vani will be joining or?
Vani is again out today, so she will also not be joining.
Okay. Then I think it will be only the folks on the call. So Sumit, Miran, do you folks have any topics for today?
Hi everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
Okay. So I have the agenda for today. There are a few topics that we want to discuss. The first is discuss the way forward. Should we cut another release, including all the V1 issues, especially the following to change the flag name from plain HTTP to insecure registry? And commit, should this commit, actually, let me share the screen. That will be better. Notation search generate test behind experimental flag. Pritesh, are you aware of the?
Nope, I'm going through the issue as we speak.
Yeah.
In my opinion, moving it behind an experimental flag doesn't really helps here. Because it's like, it's for boot start. If someone is starting fresh on notation, it will help them to get the experience and everything. But I'm not sure why should we move it behind an experimental flag. Like there would be one more step they need to do. And again, even if I don't need experimental, I need to enable experimental to try notation.
Yeah, so maybe we can discuss kind of the Uber the Uber question, like, do we need a new release for those things? I think you just released yesterday. You did the release for RC5, right? RC5 had an important feature that we needed to release, and that was the reason. I do not see those two as important to have another release before the final release. What do you think about?
I agree with you. Like in last call, we said that we'll keep plain text as an alias and we'll add an insecure registry as a command. So it would be backward compatible for at least first one. For second one, I don't know why we want to move it behind experimental. I will have to go and read the issue in detail. So it looks like from like last Monday, this kind of looks like first one is backward compatible, so we don't need a new release for sure. For second, I need more context.
So we decided to use an alias for plain HTTP, right?
Yes.
For the second issue, we are not sure why it needs to be behind the experimental. But in general, we don't think that we need a release for those two.
Yep. I mean, yeah, I don't think we need a release. Because even if, let's say in worst, like let's say we go down the route where we want to move it to experimental, we don't expect customers to using this in production. So even if we move and breaks any of the users there, it's fine because this is only for test purpose to get started. And this will reaffirm a belief that users are only using this for test purpose, not in production.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So we don't need release. We will include the alias in. Actually, do you think we should include both in the final release, or?
I mean, first one would be a very small change, and second, we have to still get like we need to still discuss second one because we didn't discuss on Monday. I mean, first one is like very small change, so we can include it. It won't even take. It will take a couple of hours, or more than that.
Yeah, I want to actually maybe concentrate on important things that we need to do before the release. At least from my point of view, both these are minor things, and it doesn't seem important to be part of the release. If it is a small change and we already did the change for plain HTTP, I'm fine having it. Introducing the experimental flag for this particular thing, I think will delay the release, and it doesn't seem important.
I agree there. I mean, for the second one, I'm not even yet convinced that why do we need to mark it as experimental.
Okay.
And also, if we do the first one, should be relatively a small change. Since we just need to update flags in access swap it might close one of the security findings, right?
Okay. Actually, so the first one can be included in the release. For the second one, we need discussion and decide on Monday. Okay. So that was the one item from me. Anything else we want to discuss about this one? I see Vani is also on the call. Hey, Vani.
Hey,
And a few
Tori.
other folks. Yep.
One other thing is, I think E said yesterday that there has to be one more RC release. Is that?
Why does it have to be one more RC release? I'm not sure.
That's what I wanted to bring it up here. Why does it have to be?
I think the two questions that we were just discussing with Pritesh, are why he thought we may need another release. So those are these two changes, but we just actually discussed with Pritesh that we don't think that there should be another release, and maybe one of those changes we don't want to even make it, like putting the annotation search generate test behind the experimental. Does that make sense?
So Vani, just to recap it for Vani, for first one, we are saying we will keep the HTTP, we will add a new flag called insecure registry flag, and we will keep HTTPS and alias for that flag, so it won't break the user experience. That's what we discussed on Monday, right? And for second one, I don't understand why. I'm not convinced that we need to move it to experimental flag, because it's for getting started. It's like if someone is going to start a notation, it's the first flag they will going to use, and if they have to enable experimental for this flag, it's not a good user experience.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
I mean, I'm just getting started. I don't need experimental features. Why do I need to enable? That's the first question I have in my mind.
Yep, I agree with that. So okay,
Yeah.
anything else about this particular agenda item?
No.
Okay.
Vani?
Vani, yeah.
So we are going to fix all the security issues. Sorry, my voice I'm going through some allergies. So is all the security issues needs to go in V1.0? I think based on what I and E discussed last week, a couple of them were okay to take it post 1.0, but only 4 of the issues we thought we are going to fix it as part of 1.0. I'm not sure about what was discussed on Monday's call.
We did not actually. Yeah, go ahead, Pritesh.
Yeah, I thought, yeah. So on Monday's call, we deferred it for tomorrow's meeting, which we have with pen testers or security engineers there, that based on tomorrow's call, we will decide what's the severity and what needs to be fixed. So we defer the decision for tomorrow, based for tomorrow's call.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll have the call tomorrow with auditors, where we'll discuss all the issues, and we'll pick actually the ones that needs to be fixed, and that will be kind of finalized on Monday. That was what the decision was from last Monday.
Yeah.
Okay. So I actually have maybe a bigger question, like should we target a date for the final release? Pritesh and Vani, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, yes, we should. Have we finalized the scope? Sorry, I have not been attending Thursday's meeting for quite some time. Have we finalized the scope for 1.0?
Yeah, we kind of finalized, Pritesh. The other day we both discussed and we said we are going to take only 4. So we need, and the other 2 we can move it to post 1.0. It's on the board. So I'm not sure if anything else got added. I can verify and let you know, Pritesh. It should not have changed. The scope should not have been changed, other than the security issues itself, right? Which got added as part of the scope. But I think the scope itself, yes, I think that is finalized.
And,
I had discussed with
we
you to, yes.
Yeah, I remember you finalized that with E, and we have also fixes for two of the security issues, as far as I know, that are in PR, and we are just waiting to merge the PR. Do we think that actually in the next 2 weeks, before the end of May, we can do a release with the remaining two issues, or is that too aggressive?
Mhm.
I just shared a link. It's that the scope for RC1. Sorry, for
No,
1.0.
no, it's the board itself. Pritesh. Uh, um, check. This is the scope for RC. Is there any filter to this? I think there is a
There is a tab called 1.0.0.
Yeah, that's the link that I'm sharing
That's
on the
the
screen, Pritesh.
yeah, that's the link. But I thought there is.
For you, I have
No,
pushed this
no,
fix for
because
the
row number 534 is not part of 1.0.
Sorry, which row?
I thought there was like 4 of this.
Oh yes, so
Row
I fixed a
number
couple of them, which got merged.
534. Yeah. Oh, you fixed, is it, Pritesh? Okay.
Yes, I fixed 3 of them
Don't,
and they got merged. No,
yeah.
C5.
Yeah, that's the reason I see only one, the Symlink one. But end-to-end test cases for validating certificate revocation with OCSP has to be post 1.0. Yeah.
So can we, Vani, or are you working with E to update that, or do you want me
Yeah,
kind of
I
to
can.
work with?
I did talk to Yi about it, but I don't know why this is not changed. But I can ping Yi tonight and let him know about that.
Okay.
I can do that.
Once we have logged the scope for 1.0, let's share it on the channel, Notary project channel.
Okay. And once again, so once we have that scope, we can make a decision on the release, I assume. So we cannot even tentatively say right now. Okay. Anything else around these questions, or should we move to the next one, which is notation release block?
We can move to the next one.
Yeah. I think the ask from Feynman is just to review the block and provide any feedback and comments. Pritesh, I don't know whether you have time to do that. I'll take a look today afternoon and give some feedback to Feynman on the release. Let's try to get that maybe by Monday, so we can eventually finalize it on Monday and publish next Tuesday. Okay.
Yeah.
So we have a couple of you folks that are on the call. I think Sumit and Miran, you were on the previous call and you did some introductions there. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And we have Precious and Lata, sorry, folks, do you want to do some quick introductions and
Yeah, sure. Hi, everyone. My name is Lata and I am from India. I am an undergrad pursuing my BTech degree in computer science. My interest lies in presently I am interested in web development. I did an internship in web development as a full stack developer. Apart from that, I have been a open source contributor. I have contributed at Mozilla Firefox, and apart from that, I love problem solving and data structures. So I think that is enough from my side.
thanks, Leta. Precious, do you want to do a short introduction?
Hello, my name is Precious. And I joined in to like just see what the project is about. I know about this project from LFX mentorship program, and I checked to see when you guys are having meeting to to listen in on what's about. I'm from Nigeria. I'm a designer, so I saw that the project for the LFX mentorship program had a bit of design required and a bit of development. Yeah, I just wanted to like know more about the project.
Yep. Thanks, and thanks for joining us today. Just for as a matter of introduction, I'm Tolly. I appear as cncf-notary project because that's the host of the Zoom meeting. I am actually one of the maintainers on Notary, and I work for Microsoft. Vani, Pritesh, do you want to do quick intros?
Hi, I'm Pritesh. I've been associated with Notary for almost 2 years now, roughly. No, 1.5 years. Yeah, and I work with AWS.
Hey, I'm Vani. I work with AWS as a software development manager.
Thanks, and Sumit and Miran, do you want to quickly introduce yourselves for the new attendees?
Sumit, if
May I
you
and you
want to
go
go
ahead?
first, either is
You can
fine
go
with me.
first.
Okay. So, hi guys, I'm Miran. I'm from Sri Lanka. I work for a company called WSO2. I've had an interest in this. I've been following Notary V1 and then slowly moved on to notation as well. Following V2, I am a software developer for the company WSO2, as I mentioned, and I'm looking to implement notation signing in their project called Ballerina. So yeah.
Thanks, Miran, and Sumit.
Yeah, so my name is Sumit. I am from India also. I am in my second year of my engineering, and I am full stack developer. Yeah.
Thank you. Do you have any additional questions or agenda items that you want to bring to the meeting, or?
No, today I have no agenda.
Are we open for questions? Because I had a few
Sure.
from the last meeting that I couldn't ask. This is just a few general questions. I just joined last meeting. I wanted to get a bit more of an idea about what's going on with Notary V2 and how things are going in terms of from a release standpoint. Last meeting, you all mentioned that you all were trying to pick up the release process and do a general release soon. So is that still on, or?
Yeah, that's what we just discussed. So we'll have a meeting with our security auditor tomorrow morning. There are a few security issues that they filed, and we would like to solve at least majority of them before the release. Most probably what will happen is we'll decide on release date on Monday's meeting. So if you attend Monday's meeting, you'll have an idea when the release will happen.
Okay. I had two more questions to clarify if it doesn't take up too much time of yours, if that's okay.
No, it's a 1 hour meeting and we have
Okay.
35 minutes.
Okay.
Feel free to ask.
So another question was related to notation, like the signing. Is there going to be some support with Docker Hub? I know that Notary V1 worked primarily with Docker Hub. Has it been migrated or what's going on there? Essentially is one other question I wanted to ask. If I could get a clarification.
Unfortunately, I don't think I am or anyone on the call is equipped to talk about Docker Hub. So we need to actually have somebody from Docker telling us that.
Okay.
We have maintainers that are from Docker. One of them is their CTO, Justin Cormack. There is also another maintainer called Johnny Staton. So Johnny, unfortunately, is on maternity leave or paternity leave. Sorry, he's not able to attend. I was talking with him whether he can attend and give us more updates on Docker. Steve Lasker is another person who I know works for Docker, but he, I believe, is also out this week. Maybe that will be a good question to bring to them when they actually are in the meeting, or just post a question on the Slack channel.
Okay. Thank you very much for the clarification. I'll make sure to pop that question again soon. Another question was, now I mentioned that I work for a company called WSO2. Currently, we're looking at doing signing for a language which this company has developed called Ballerina. I can send you all the details on the chat. We're looking to do the image signing as well as signing for the Ballerina installers. Is that like something which is possible with notation, or will that have to be like, is it something down the road, is what I wanted to clarify.
The image signing will be possible with notation with this release. Yeah. The signing of the installers, I think we need to understand a little bit more the kind of the how do you want to actually do this signing and how the installer will work.
So essentially installers or the releases or the release artifacts, essentially basically like now Ballerina as a language should be adoptable in either Linux, Mac OS or Windows, right? So the installer releases which we put up should be, we want that to be signed and verifiable to the user so that they can verify saying that it's coming from an authenticated source and they can view the essentially the integrity of it also. Or I just wanted to know if that's something which is possible with notation, or if it's some kind of feature which might be implemented down the road.
I can maybe tell you what my experience is and what is possible and what kind of limitations you need to think about notation right now. We discussed this possibility in the past to kind of sign all kind of binaries and in different ways. Now, coming back to what is possible with notation, if you are serving those binaries out of OCI registries, you can use notation to do the signatures. However, if you are serving them from other, let's say, type of distribution services, then right now notation cannot produce a signature that is applicable to assets that are not stored in the OCI registries. I don't know how much kind of that gives you an idea what you can do or not if you're not familiar with OCI registries, but notation right now is works with OCI registries only.
So OCI, could you give me an example, like a few examples of OCI compatible registries? I've heard the term being mentioned quite a bit I wanted to get.
Yeah. So the OCI registries are actually Docker registries or registries for storing images. However, now in the OCI registries, you can store not only images, but also any kind of artifact. You can store binaries, you can store text files and sign those with Notary, but they must be stored in an OCI registry.
Also, if you are doing installers, they most probably would be operating system specific.
Yeah.
And each of the operating system has their own kind of validations, and they need their own signing schemes. So you might want to look into it. What's your target audience? What operating systems they are using, and based on that, you might have to sign using that operating system tooling.
Okay.
And sometimes the signatures are embedded in the executable itself.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much for the clarification. That sums up about a few of the questions which I did have. I'm pretty much looking forward to the official release. I've already been testing out a few with the release candidates as such, but yeah, looking forward to basically seeing where this progresses and hoping to use it. Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks, Miran. If there are no other questions, then we can end the meeting early today. I see that Pritesh already dropped, so
yeah.
I
We have
guess no
another
more
meeting.
questions.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay.
Thanks, Tori.
Thanks, everyone.
Trying to juggle
Welcome to
between
the.
meetings.
Yeah, I know. Welcome, everyone, every new attendee, and we'll see you on Monday. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Bye. Thank you so much.